I have done a number of these videos about dog bites, and I continue doing them because we get calls about dog bite cases, many of them very, 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 very severe, weekly. I mean weekly. Now, part of that may be attributable to the fact that it's summertime, more people are out and about, more people are walking their dogs and taking them to dog parks and things of that. We're not seeing dog bite cases generally with a leashed or restrained animal biting someone, or someone going to a dog park and suddenly one of them becomes Cujo and starts attacking everything in sight. What we're seeing is that people are walking on walking trails, they're walking around the block, they're just walking in a park, and dogs from nowhere, seemingly nowhere, descend upon them and attack them. We've had several very, very vicious coordinated attacks where two dogs are attacking at once, and most generally we're seeing pit bull mixes. Now, I have two pitty mixes and I love them and they're very gentle. But for some reason, we're seeing mostly pitty mixes. And we had one woman who essentially had to go through an amputation of a limb from an attack where she was walking on the Katy Trail. So first thing you do is, once you are able to free yourself from this situation, whether it's on your own, the dogs just stop, or a good Samaritan comes along, go get checked immediately. Do not poo-poo it. Even if you're not dripping blood, it's just like, looks like just a bite, and you're like, I can put some Neosporin on that and some gauze and it'll be okay. Go get checked out. Go to the ER. Go by ambulance, because you don't know with the shock of what just happened to you. You may have broken bones and not know it, especially if when the attack occurred, you went down on the ground. The next thing that's important is try to find out, whether it's animal control that responds, the police department, whoever, do the dogs have collars? Do they have any kind of tags identifying them so you can find out who the owner is? Because the toughest thing we find in dog bite cases, finding fault, who's at fault, is quite easy. But sometimes it's a situation where, I said it's easy to find out whose fault. Actually, part of the problem is a lot of times we don't know. If there are passerbys that are there that say, hey, I've seen those dogs attack people before, get those people's names, take your smartphone, snap a picture of them, and ask them, do you know where the dogs are from? Who owns the dogs? Which house or which rental? Which condo? And find out exactly where those dogs belong, because that's who we have to go after for damages. And even more important is, hopefully they have some kind of insurance that will cover the damages. But in a case where you've got $200,000 of bills, like one case I'm thinking of, trying to find out who is accountable in terms of allowing the dogs to be in a rental property, and did they have knowledge the dogs were vicious, is very, very difficult. So if you get attacked, get checked out immediately, take an ambulance, go to the ER, follow up with any aftercare that they say you need. And when you do that, if you can, try in that process to reconstruct as quickly as you can where it happened, who was there, how can we find them. Maybe that somebody was there helping you and they didn't give you their name, but they said, I live right over there, and pointed out a house. Give us that information. Hopefully this won't happen to you. There's a lot of great dogs that walk around Tulsa, even a lot of our visitors here who may be transitory to some extent. A lot of them have dogs, and their dogs are always very well behaved and they look to be well taken care of. It's the ones that just let them roam about. That's where people get really hurt. Again, call me, TulsaPersonalInjuryLawyer.Pro, 918-924-5528. Go out, enjoy the weather, but play it safe. And if you are fearful of dogs, it doesn't hurt to have some pepper mace or bear spray with you. It deters. If it deters a bear, it'll deter a pit bull. Be safe.